I like to talk gaming from a data-centric approach. Now, the way I do it, it may not necessarily resonate with everyone, but again, I'm kind of bored. I'm waiting for the next superhero game to come out, and I was telling y'all to pray for me that Wonder Woman game will be good, but I don't know if you guys actually applied yourselves. They canceled the freaking game. So what that means is we're going to be sitting here waiting again. Hopefully a Division 3 game comes out along the line and maybe I can kind of, put this down for a little bit. But it seems like there are some people who want to moderate my content or who are not so fond of how I make content on the Video Game Fights World channel. I can understand. Everyone's got their preference. We were talking today about this whole thing with Doc's $900 PC and such, and I was addressing some of the things that were said by one of his audience members, which he claimed that PC gamers were lying. So I laid out a case. There's somebody in my audience who said that in some way that these people who I claim want to be right at all cost basically describes this channel and its purpose. Now, Sliffer374, shout out to you. You replied and said, and you made this point by responding, just so you're aware, he doesn't have to be right at any cost because he does his research, unlike people like you. And he's even dared you all to actually try to prove him wrong, and you still haven't. He's not trying to force the idea he's right. He's daring you all to prove him wrong. So I asked FFWD4C, how do you mean? And he replied to this comment and said, I do not care if he's wrong or right. His channel is dedicated to what? Hating on Sony and Nintendo? Worshipping Microsoft and Xbox? Covering trivial fanboy gamer BS? Making negative comments about commenters? 12 videos a day for what? It's like watching a plane crash in slow motion. FFWD4C, you're doing the thing again. You leaped right over your opportunity to finally expose me, but you decided that ad hominems or insinuations of mocking my character and my person is much more tantamount and, in my opinion anyways, it's more important to you. Then he said, you pump out 12 videos a day. This is actually a lie. And it's flattering. I wish I did, but it's a lie. About the drama of the gaming world. Well, I talk about the gaming world from an economic, fiscal, and financial perspective. In fact, some days I crack open a textbook. I mean, literally, like, you know what I mean? I enjoy doing that stuff. I honestly don't care about that, okay? And while I think you're probably correct, okay, some of the time about trivial minutia involving the gaming industry drama, I just don't get the purpose. I watch this, okay, you sound like you're my father and you want to be my dad. Are you 70 plus years old? That's what I sense here. At this point, I just got to stop you and say, you have to understand that, I may be an idiot, but I'm a grown man. Like, you got to really, tone it down with your really patronizing tone. It's what I'm reading anyways. I mean, I may be wrong. You may be saying this from a heartfelt, loving, caring way, but all I can just capture is you haven't addressed anything that I've said. In fact, you want to now gloss over the fact that you think I even may be correct in my analysis, but you want to sit here and lecture me like a father would do a child. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't know what do you say to this? Like, how do you even respond to this? I've seen many a comment, but I haven't seen one like this. I'm just going to keep reading. And then he said, like, you have to be right at any cost. What cost? The cost of the truth? Is the truth that expensive that I should not be willing to actually engage and spend my energies in pursuing it? Is it not a noble cause? Is this not something that we as a society should champion? The truth, right? The reality. What has now become wrong with it? I'm very surprised. I'm very shocked. Like, I really am. You said, what do you really get out of this? I guess it's a hobby, but damn, I could think of 100 things I would rather do with my life. That's why it's called your life. Why would I want to intervene or interfere in what you're doing with your life? Dad. I had to throw that jab in there. This is weird. I feel bad. Like I'm wasting valuable time watching any of it. Then why are you watching it? Should we be concerned that you found insanity and you've decided to participate and can't even figure out why you decided to participate in this insanity? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Much like people that drive slowly by a car crash and hold up traffic because they're gawking. on my own video that I made in like 8 minutes without even any challenge or any problem. And you spent all this time writing all of this to lecture me so that I may do what? Stop saying the truth? Or is it because it burns your ears about something that probably you've maybe held close to your heart with beliefs, and then now you're seeing the reality and it just doesn't resonate anymore with you because you've been living in a disconnect? Okay, maybe that was too harsh. Maybe that was too harsh. Or maybe not. You can comment all you want, honestly, but this is just so weird. Don't you think? Claiming that I worship Microsoft. And dude, I worship only one God, and I fear no man. Okay? No corpo, no brand loyalty in my bones. Screw Microsoft and screw Sony and screw Nintendo, and they can all go pound sand somewhere. Nvidia and AMD can join them as well. Intel, you better be standing watch. That's it. As a renegade, you don't do that crap. However, if truth is in front of you, you say it. You say it regardless of the cost. That's why our world is where we are today. People don't want to say the truth. Everybody wants to live in their own delusions and leave other people in their delusions. And so when you actually say something, people all get in their feelings and start talking like they're your dad. I got to block you for this. You can create a different account and talk, later on, but hold this block. How rude. Coming on the channel and telling me about your life and what you could be doing better than watching my content and glossing over the fact that I'm actually providing what I think is I could be wrong for all I care, but I am seeking and trying to find the truth. But for you to say, I don't care. Oh, that is very, very, I don't know. That really did it's affected me that we live in a world where people will boldly look you in the face and say, I don't care if you're telling me the truth. Does that make sense? It's not the first time I'm seeing it. I'm old enough to have seen some really strange stuff. And what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen, is this is just gaming, right? And for the longest time, I don't even know where the heck was I. I've told y'all, pray for me, man. They didn't bring out another Division game or another superhero game. That Blade game or something, it better slap. Because if we got to do this any longer, man, I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to deal with the reality that, this gaming industry has put wool over our eyes for so many years. I'm coming at it from the perspective that as a consumer, I was also played by a lot of these companies and given the short end of the stick. And then finally, when I realized, look, what are we even doing here? I've decided that we're just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it regardless of the cost. That's what this is about. Plus, it's fun in games anyways. It's not really that serious. Jeez. Oof. All right. Enough distractions for a while. Thanks for watching. Peace out.